Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. Just a quick shout out to Debbie, Amy, Julie, Doug, and Lindsay, and anyone else who might be joining us this morning. We will go ahead and get started off in your Shavasana. Just allowing your body to completely relax onto the mat. Just bringing an awareness to how your body feels. If there's anything that seems to feel tight, shoulders, even relaxing through the face, through the eyes, the mouth. Just bringing your awareness to your breath and how it feels on the inhale. And the exhale. On your next inhale, take a nice deep breath in, filling up the bellies and lungs completely with air. Pause at the top of the breath. And slowly exhale everything out, taking the belly buttons all the way to the spine to release that last bit of air. On your next inhale, we'll take a counted breath for 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. And then slowly exhale everything out. Do that one more time for a count of 6 at your own pace, inhaling slowly. Pause at the top of the breath. And then exhaling everything out, including any thoughts that don't serve you for the next 30 minutes. And when you're ready, without even maybe opening your eyes, we're going to do a variation stretch. Taking both hands straight up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the arms, and then taking the shins parallel to the floor so the legs are to 90. Slowly drop the left leg towards the floor and the right arm towards the floor. Rest here. Making sure that the shoulders and back open and lengthen, reaching through those left fingers. Raising that arm and leg back up. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Lower the right leg, right knee down, and the left arm. Breathing here. here, you might notice that it's harder to keep the leg lifted or an arm. I'm going to do that one more time each side. So slowly bring the leg and arm back up to center. We're going to lower the left and the right arm. Raising both back up. And the opposite side, left arm, right leg. Bring both the arm and leg back together. And then just wrap the arms around the shins, pulling the legs in towards the chest. And just gently rock left and right. Massaging the back. Slowly releasing the arms and legs down to the right side, using a pillow or block underneath the head. Bring the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, open up through the chest, draw the arms long down behind you. Taking it a little bit further if you want, releasing the fingers, reach long through the fingertips and step that left foot to the mat behind you. Lower that leg down, arm down. Using your left hand to roll to the opposite side. Do the same thing. Interlace the fingers long down behind the back. Open up through the chest. And on your next breath, staying right there or lengthening through the fingertips and stepping that right foot to the mat behind you. Lower that leg down, hand down. With the right hand slowly pressing up into seated. Rest both palms on the mat. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are down, back, chest lifted. Gently start to reach the right arm up, keeping the hand parallel to the opposite wall. Press into the palm, flex the fingertips, tilt the head towards the opposite shoulder. And on the exhale, just rotate the fingertips down towards the floor. Lowering that hand down to the mat. Same on the opposite side. Slowly raise the left hand up. Press through the palm, tilt the head towards the right shoulder. Exhale, rotate the fingertips down. Lower that hand down to the mat. Bring both hands up. Press the palms away from you. And on the exhale, rotate the fingertips down. Turn, interlace the fingers. Gaze over the left shoulder, tipping the chin up. Inhale. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Gaze through center and over the opposite shoulder, tipping the chin up. Inhale. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Gaze to center again. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Reach through the fingertips. Keep the shoulders down and back, chest lifted. Exhale, fold forward. Staying here. Sink into the sits bones. Keep them planted on the mat while you fold further forward. Inhale, slowly coming up. Place the palms on the mat again. And this time we're going to take the right hand. Place the palm right at the back of the head so the elbow is pointed. We're going to lead with that elbow and start to turn the upper body, keeping the left hand planted. Taking the right elbow as far towards the back of the room as you can, and your gaze towards the ceiling. You can either gaze towards the opposite wall if that's too much, or gaze towards the ceiling. the palm down. Same thing on the left. Left hand comes up to the back of the head, elbow pointed. Lead with the elbow, turning towards the back of the room. Gazing at the sidewall or up at the ceiling. Just feel that opening stretch through the chest, shoulders. Exhale, lower the hand back down. Take the legs out long in front of you. For hip openers here. You can either cradle the foot and the elbow or hold it with both hands. Just guiding the hips through a circle in the opposite direction. Slowly lower that leg down to the mat. Bounce out the knees. Sitting up nice and tall. Same on the opposite side. Lowering that leg down to the mat. Bounce out the knees. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, bring the shoulders all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Staying here for one more breath. Go nice and long through the spine on the inhale, and on the exhale, fold further forward. Inhale, coming up slowly. We're going to come into tabletop for some cat-cows and a variation. So first we'll start off with our cat-cows. Exhale, rounding up through the back. Drop the head, tuck the chin, pressing the mat away. Inhale, reverse into cow. Drop the tummies, shoulders come down and back, chest lifted. Exaggerating through the sits bones. Exhale, round up into cat. Inhale, lower to cow. One more time each way. Exhale, round up. Inhale, lower the tummies. Exhale, come right back to neutral. We're going to keep the palms right where they are. And we're not going to go all the way down to the mat. We're just going to lower through the chest and peel the shoulder blades towards the back as if the shoulder blades could touch. Just opening up through that front chest. Inhale, press up. Exhale, down again. Bring the shoulders towards the back. Inhale, press up. Last time, exhale down, pulling the shoulders back. Inhale, press up. Sink back into child's pose with the forehead rest on the mat. Gently rocking left and right. Inhale back up onto all fours. For thread the needle, inhale up the right arm. Exhale, thread through, come down onto the right shoulder, right temple. Inhale up the left arm. Reaching through the fingertips. You can take a bind, placing the hand behind the hip. Exhale, lower that hand down. Press up into neutral. Do the same on the left. Inhale up the left arm. Exhale, thread through. Come down onto the left shoulder, left temple. Inhale up the right arm. making a bind, placing the hand behind the opposite hip. Lowering that hand back down to the mat, pressing up into neutral. And then we're going to extend through the right arm and the left leg. Press into the left heel, reach through the right fingertips. And that arm long, bend the knee so the shin parallel to the floor again. And then can you raise the knee? Slowly lower that left leg, and the right hand will do the same on the opposite. Left arm, right leg, reach out, press through the heel. And then can you bend the knee and lift the leg? Gently lower that leg down. Coming back into the hands and knees. Walk the palms one step forward, hinge at the hips, lower all the way down. Inhale, take the shoulders down and back, chest facing forward. Exhale, child's pose. One more time through that movement. Inhale, come all the way up. Hinge forward at the hips, lower down to the mat. Inhale all the way up, full cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, coming up into downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. See if you can place the feet hip distance apart, planting the heels into the mat. Let's stretch in the back of the legs. And when you're ready, inhale up the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot, turn to stack the hips. Shoulders stay square, gaze under the right arm. We're just going to lower that foot right back down to the mat to come into downward facing dog. Press back into the heels. Same thing on the opposite side. Lift the left leg up. On the exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot, stack through the hips, gaze under the left arm. Gently lower that left leg down. And pull out the feet. Hop, step, or float forward. Heel toe the feet out wider than hip distance. Using the two peace fingers, grab your big toe, cap it with your thumb, and on the exhale, bend the knees, pull the chest down towards the thighs, letting the head hang heavy. Inhale, lengthen through the legs with the stretch in the arms. Exhale, pull the chest down. Inhale, hips come up. Release the hands from the feet. Grab opposite biceps and just hang, letting the head hang heavy. We swing the arms left and right. Gently shaking the head, no. I will not have negative thoughts, negative speech. And shaking the head, yes. I'll have positive thoughts and positive speak. Lowering the hands down to the mat. Heel toe the feet back in the center. Inhale up, halfway lift. Lengthening through the top of the head. Keeping the head in line with the spine. And extend through the sits bones. Exhale, bend, fold forward. And then knees sweep the arms all the way up. Palms meet, hands come to heart center. We're just going to put a slight bend in the knees. Bring the arms up, opening up through the chest as if your back, head, and shoulders. We're all against the wall. So take the belly buttons in towards the spine. And we're just going to slide the palms up. Bring them together. Exhale. And come back down to a 90. Keeping that chest open. Inhale, bring the palms up together. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Last time, inhale, bring the hands up, overhead. Exhale, back down. Bring the hands all the way down to the sides. Take the bend out of the knees. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Release the hands. Inhale, bring them all the way up. Palms meet. Hands through heart center. Forward fold. We'll do a few sun salutations here. See if we can't get rid of some of the rain. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg steps back. Left. Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hop, step or float forward. Inhale, up half foot lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up. Palms meet. Hands come through heart center. Forward fold. Inhale, up half foot lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg, left. Vinyasa. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Hop, step or float forward. Inhale, up halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Forward fold. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg steps back. Left. Vinyasa. Dog. Downward facing dog. Last time, hop, step and float forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, all the way up. Hands to the center. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg. Left. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Inhale up the right leg. Step it forward between the hands. Come up into warrior one. Sinking into the front hips. Back foot is at 45. We're going to take the hips forward. Chest is forward. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers. Open up through the chest. Slight back bend. Exhale. Release the hands here down to front foot. Slide the right leg back. Take a vinyasa. Same thing on the left. Inhale for left leg. Step it forward. Coming up into warrior one. Exhale, open. Warrior two. Bring the hand behind you. Interlace the fingers. Open up through the chest. Slight back bend. Exhale. Release the knee. Release the hands down to the mat. Slide the left leg back. Take a vinyasa. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Hop, step or float forward. Inhale up halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up. Palms meet. Hands come to heart center. And we're set up for tree pose. So grounding through the balls of the feet and the heels. Taking the belly buttons towards the spine. Rolling the shoulders back, offering the heart towards the ceiling, chin down slightly. Heart center. We're going to take a variation on tree pose if you'd like. If you don't, you can stay right in our normal tree pose, kickstand and calf or thigh. If you want to take the variation, cross the leg, the right leg over the left thigh. And we'll first come into tree pose, opening up through the chest, reaching the fingers towards the floor. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Palms meet, hands come to heart center. And you slowly start to put a bend in that left leg. And bring the elbows down to the ankle and the knee. Slowly coming back up, releasing the hands and the feet, pedaling them out. Find mountain pose again here. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up again. Palms meet, hands come to heart center. Keeping that right foot planted, this time left comes into tree pose or the variation. While we're working on the variation, you can just stay in tree pose if that's not part of your practice today. Sometimes the body doesn't want to do what we ask. That's okay. Doing the variation, inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Palms meet, hands come to heart center. Slowly put a bend in the right knee. Elbow to the ankle and the knee. Slowly coming up, lower the hands and the feet. Open up through the chest. Take a nice deep breath in, open the mouth inside. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, palms meet, hands come through heart center, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, right leg steps up, left, vinyasa, downward facing dog. Slowly lower down onto the knees, cross the legs and bring them through. We're going to come down onto our mats to set up for bridge pose. You might want a block or pillow. When you're ready, slowly rolling down onto your mat, making sure the fingertips can touch the heels. When you're ready, inhale, the belly's up. Roll the shoulders under, clasp the hands behind the back. Releasing the shoulders, come down one vertebrae at a time. Tapping the hips 3 times at the bottom to release negative energy. And we'll come into bridge pose again, or you can come into wheel pose if it's part of your practice. If you come into wheel pose, make sure that when you come down, you protect the head and neck. Inhale, coming up. Breathe in here. Coming down one vertebrae at a time. Tapping the hips 3 times at the bottom to release negative energy. And then coming into happy baby, grabbing the insides of the feet, driving the knees down on either side of the chest, and gently rocking left and right. Releasing the hands from the feet, taking the feet straight up to the ceiling. As if you're planting the feet, you can use a pillow or block underneath the low back. You can stay right here or come into reverse shoulder stand if it's part of your practice. Making sure if you do to keep the head and neck straight. We're not looking side to side to keep the muscles in the neck protected. Gently taking the legs down, planting the feet on the mat, removing any pillow or block. You might have been using heel toe the feet to the edges of the mat. Then drop the right knee into center. Leaving the left leg either planted or you can cross it over the opposite leg. Gently bringing that right leg up, planting the right foot this time, drop the left knee into center. And again, you can bring that right leg over the left thigh. And make sure while you're relaxing through the legs and hips that something else in your body isn't holding tight to make up for that. It can be your jaw, your face, your shoulders, your hips. Relaxing everything. Slowly bringing that left foot back up, planting the left foot. Heel toe the feet back to center, crossing the right leg over the left. Both legs fall to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Gently bring the legs back to center. Reversing that twist, left over right. This time both legs fall to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Bring the legs back to center. And we'll come into reclined butterfly. Feet together, knees falling apart. Relaxing the hips and the shoulders and face, allowing the face to fall heavy. Maybe the eyes glance up slightly, even through your closed eyelids. Maybe the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. With each exhale, just allow your body to fall heavier onto the mat. Loosening through the hips, back. Close your legs like a book, leaving the feet planted for just a moment. And then taking your legs out to the corners of the mat, letting your feet fall apart. Rolling your shoulders under, palms up, chin down just slightly to lengthen through the spine. As if you were going to put an imprint of your spine on the mat. Allowing everything to fall loose and limp, completely relaxed onto the mat. If a thought comes into your mind, acknowledge it, but let it pass by. Taking your awareness back to a counted breath or touching your thumb to each one of your fingers. Slowly bringing your awareness back to your mat. Maybe wiggling your toes and touching your thumb to each one of your fingers. And taking a full body stretch like you do first thing in the morning. And gently rolling onto your right side in fetal position. The reading for today is there something you could do for yourself that would make you happy, put a spring in your step, a smile in your heart? Many of us haven't asked ourselves this question enough. Some of us haven't asked it at all. Or if we have, we haven't answered it. Instead, we diligently search for our path, the way through our lives, through our current situation or circumstance, never taking time to ask ourselves what would make us happy and what would feel good to us. Then we wonder why life feels so hard and difficult and unrewarding. Discover what would make us happy can help us through any difficulty in life. It can help us through the quieter moments of our day, help us make larger, more significant decisions, help us in our work, especially if we look in our hearts and answer honestly. Ask yourself often, what would make you happy? Think about your answer. You may well find that the answer is within reach. Gently using your left hand to push yourself to a seated position. hands to heart center, and we'll take 2 healing energy sending breaths. On our first breath, seeing someone in our mind's eye who needs a healing energy, inhaling that person into your heart and showering them with beautiful golden light. And on our next breath, we'll take our own. The light in me sees and honors the light in each one of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend and a good week ahead, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining.